Good morning and welcome to our live crafting session. It is Monday morning, the 4th of December 2023. My name's Jenny McCormack. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. We're based in Brackley and this is in Northamptonshire here in the UK. And all of the products that I use on my live videos and in my classes are based on Stampin' Up products which are available to order. There is a catalogue available, and if you need a printed copy just let me know and I can pop one in the post. And you can also check out the catalogues online. Just go to my website jeminicrafts.co.uk and you will find that you can view those online and download them if you need. So this week we have a new stamp set of the week. As you can see, hopefully, it is called Garden Meadow. Morning Catherine and morning Jeanette. It's called Garden Meadow. It's a great stamp set in its own right. The actual stamps are larger than you see here. It's just that this space is smaller than the size of the case, obviously, and so they have to make the images slightly smaller. So for example, this is the size of the wheelbarrow and the gate. I just compare that like so. So quite a bit bigger than you see on the image outline on the front cover. This is one of our online exclusives, which means you won't see it in a catalogue. It is issued separately. It means that Stampin' Up can produce extra sets throughout the year rather than relying on just when the catalogue comes out. And there are new online exclusives throughout the year. So this is a current one, and these are all available while stocks last. And you can, good morning Carol, you can also get any of the previous online exclusives if they're still available in stock. There's no guarantee with these that they will come back in, whereas a catalogue item, 99% of the time, if it goes out of stock, it will be replenished unless it's right at the end of the catalogue's life, in which case it may not get back into stock. So as well as the stamp set, which is what we're using for coffee and card, there is also a lovely set of dies and papers. These are the coordinating dies, as well as cutting out the main images. So in the stamp set we have the gate or fences, Wellington boots, we've got a trowel and a fork, basket of flowers, some small flowers in the ground, obviously that lovely wheelbarrow, that's probably my favourite. The little birds here and a watering can, and a little ground stamp, and that's one of those that is so useful if you're not very good at drawing lines underneath things to ground them. Then that little stamp there is perfect. It's also got 5 nice sentiments. We've got a nice thinking of you, every day is a fresh start, hello, happy birthday, and then I can't imagine having a better friend. So a really nice set of stamps. And the coordinating dies, as well as cutting out all of those images, also has a separate gate, or it could just be fence posts, because you could just do a whole line of them, but it's more designed like a gate. And we also have this lovely arch here that has got, it's not stitching, it's just lines all the way around, which I'll show you in a second. And then we've got these elements here that you can combine with the arch if you want, or on its own. And we've got like a grass, we've got grass, the top bits of the grass, and then we've got some ground. So you can do all sorts of really clever scenery with this. And let me show you some samples, because this was actually the set I used for our November class in a box. And there are also some papers that go with it. So I'll show you the samples and I'll show you the papers first. So this is a set of 48 papers, so 12 designs, and you get 4 of each one, and they were all originally hand painted and then obviously scaled up and altered digitally, but the basic designs were all hand painted. And on the reverse there's all sorts of lovely cloud scenes, there's extra scenes on the back, watercolours, all sorts of things. So really useful set of papers. Hi Fran, good morning. So I'll just flick through these, and then we've got the reverse. We've got some wood, this one with the coordinating colours, and that one, a field of flowers, this one, a lovely deep blue, so nice mix of colours, great for men and women alike, I think, for card making. It also worked for scrapbooking as well. And then this one, that lovely cloud again, this one here, almost like bluebells, and then this one you can see the sort of fence going across, and then that lovely backing as well. So really beautiful papers, and you really have to see them. It's one of those things, isn't it? And especially as it's not in a catalogue. So let me show you a couple of samples, and then we'll get cracking on our coffee and card design. So this one here, these are from our class in a box, which was our November class, and people could choose either the winter or the spring or both. So this is just taking those little panels and layering them up. I've got this one here, which is a diorama card, and this was inspired by Connie Stewart, Simple Stamping. I'm trying to think if that's the right name. I think it is. So I've got the scene in the back, and this folds flat to go into an envelope, like so, and then just stands up like that. The other thing that is optional with this set is you get these dragonfly and bird adhesive pieces. So there's that one. It's a really good 3D effect. Here's one with that arch. I'll just lift it up. I'm not sure if you can see the detail of that arch, that stitcher detail. And those are some of the little birds. There's 2 little bird designs. And then I've got a couple of other diorama cards. This one shows that gate at the bottom. You can see that, like so. And then this one similar. I've just used different scenes behind. Difficult with the light because it's throwing shadow on it. But there we go. Okay, so let's get cracking. So we're just doing some simple stamping for today. This is our coffee and card design, and we're going to create something like this. So I'm using the scallop contour die to cut out that pretty panel that's got the stitching and the scalloped edge. And then we're going to stamp the wheelbarrow and add some of this lovely ground and some of the flowers. So let's put that to one side. So here's my scallop die cut. So I'm just going to grab that, and let's see, I might have a hello on this one, or maybe a happy birthday, I'm not sure. That's a happy birthday. And then so we've got the Wellington boots that you could add in, and the watering can as well. That would sit quite nicely behind it. I'm going to just see how much space I've got. So I'm definitely going to use some of these extra little flowers. So I'm going to stamp the main images in espresso. I use Pebble Par for this one. And then I'm just going to colour those in. And then I've got Balmy Blue on a blending brush, but you can use any blue really, obviously, for the sky detail behind. Hopefully
can see that. Hi Brenda, good morning to you. Hi Jeanette. Oh, and hi Nicole. Right, I'm just looking for my blocks, which I put down so close to me I can't get to them. So this is our stamp set of the week for this week. I'm going to use a larger block for the watering can. Let's see how we do with that. So I hope everybody is well and had a good weekend. I had a busy weekend, but it was good. Okay. So I'm going to use early espresso. And just ink this up. So it's quite a big stamp in the scheme of things, so I'm taking my ink pad to the stamp. And you always want to leave either the ink pad or the block with the stamp on a flat surface when you're inking. So let's put this right over to the right hand side. And I'm just using the dots to line that up on the bottom. So that's that. And I'd love to get that watering can in. Let me see if I can. Okay. Yes. And then I might use the smaller flowers. Don't know actually. Just looks a bit bunched up for this, doesn't it? No. I will do a larger card with that on. I just don't want it too busy for the smallish scene. So I've got some of the larger flowers here. I use some of the smaller ones on here. So we've got this one and this one here, and obviously you've got the bunches as well. Okay, got that there on the left hand side, and I might put that little one on as well. So I don't know whether some of you have snow. We've had none here, just rain over the weekend, sadly. And looks like rain nearly all of the week as well. Okay, I'm going to pop a sentiment on there. I think I will use the hello or the happy birthday. Choices. I'm going to use the hello. I lost it on there. There we go. Alright, so that is all of the stamping, except this is going to be my base card I'm going to put it onto. So I think I'm going to pop some of those flowers just here on the inside. Maybe that little basket would look quite nice. So I haven't used that one yet. Oh, Fran said they had snow last week. Oh, that's a good idea. Catherine suggested I could have put the watering can part the way off so it was just coming into the scene. And yes, I could have done. It's Monday morning, isn't it? Dear, dear. But yes, that would be quite nice. Okay. going to pop this on the inside here. Just right on the bottom there. Okay. Right, let's tidy this up. And we're just going to do some colouring for that. So really your choice of colours, you can have coloured wheelbarrows of course. So I'll just use, what have I got to hand? Looking for grey granite. Got a bit of grey granite here. Oh, dark ones galore. I've got everything but, haven't I? Light smoky slate and dark smoky slate. Let's go for that. Okay, so I'm just going to use my dark smoky slate just around these edges here. I'm going to take my glasses off. So just going to bring this in from the left. Down there a little bit, like so. So we hit December. I think we've hit it running, haven't we, really? But there we go. Right. Let's just have a little bit of dark here where these are hanging over. Underneath there. Like that. And it has got an edge, hasn't it? So I might just do all of that in light smoky slate. And because it's quite a large area, I'm using the brush tip to cover the area quickly, and then I'll go back over to do the blending. So, I might have a red handle just for something different. There we go. So I don't know how many of you are Christmas ready. I have to say I haven't got as far as any decorations or tree as yet. Okay. And that last little bit there. There we go. That's the main part of that. I'm going to do this. Actually, this is light. I'm going to do a darker tire. There we go. Let me lift that up so you can see it. Hopefully you can see that okay. Put my glasses on and see if anybody's requiring a response. Catherine's written some cards over the weekend. Oh, well done. Trees next weekend. Right, let's add, I'm going to do dark grey granite for the tire. Like that. So I like grey granite, it's a slightly browny grey. If that makes any sense. It's got a hint of brown in it. Okay. Right, now I've got that really useful ground stamp
So I'm going to use that. Just to go across the bottom here, and I'll use Granny Apple Green. Just stamp it off, see what it looks like. That's fine. Could go a little darker, but it will do. So I'm just going to go over where those are. And it's sort of like a broken line. It's quite difficult to see, but it's sort of got little gaps and dots, which makes it really easy to use. You haven't got to sort of try and line it up. You can just sort of put it straight down. And then we're just going to colour those other elements in. So I've got some Granny Apple Green here for the leaves, and these look like they're all very similar plants, so I'm just going to use the same Granny Apple Green in here, and you can go in the gaps excuse me, you can go in the gaps with the green as well. And there's that one. There we go. Oh, yes, mustn't forget the handles. And then just doing a little bit in between to fill it so it's not white. And then save here. And I stamped this in espresso. You could stamp it in green, but I prefer to have the outlines the same. And I'm just sticking with the same Granny Apple Green for speed. So remember, if you order the stamp set of the week during the week that I'm demonstrating it, you'll get all the components for the cards that I make. Okay, let's have, what should we have? Nice bright yellows. It's a great spring card, doesn't it? I'll do those pink, so make these yellow, like that. And then, oh, I've got fresh fuchsia. Try that one. So I'll just lift that up so you can see it, like so. And so, good morning to anybody who's joined us since we started. Oh, yeah, I didn't intend to do those pink, never mind. They're pink now. And you can just dot in the colour. It's quite easy to do that. Okay, and then the handles, actually, I was going to do red, but it might be a bit too much of a contrast, so I think I will use something like wild wheat. Like so. And there we go. So we can add a little bit of sky behind there. So this is the plain white on the right without any blending, and I've added the sky to the one on the left. Hopefully you can see the difference. If you like the crisp white, that's absolutely fine, no need to do anything else. I'm going to add in some blue, so I now need to colour in these as well inside.
So just grab some balmy blue ink, pick that up. It's my go-to ink for sky, but you can just use whatever you've got. So I like to use a lighter colour and add more layers if needs be. And you can just go over this here. The sky does come all the way down to the ground, unless there's a building in the way. There we go. And obviously you could do a little bit of shading if you wanted to add some clouds, but this is obviously quite a low scene, and I'm not worrying about masking off the edges. It gets quite a nice effect when you use that blending brush over the stitching, sort of highlights the stitching. But you could, if you wanted to, mask it off altogether. Okay, let's just colour this inside panel. Thank you! That's the UPS delivery. Thank you, Craig. I'm hoping it's got my thick white card on, because I've actually run out. Right. And I know this is going to go through the back a little bit, but I'm not worried about that at all. If you didn't want it to go through, you could stamp it on another piece of card and lay it on top, or you could just leave it uncoloured, or use Stampin' Up markers for colouring it in. There we go. And then I'll use that wild wheat for the basket. So this is the light one. Oh, seen a green leaf I've missed. And that's it. There we go. Okay, so I've chosen a piece of granny apple green card to go in there, because I knew I was going to use that for the leaves. You could stamp over the background of this if you wanted to, so you could add these flowers going alongside. You could put this piece through an embossing folder. I'm just going to leave it as is. So I'm going to pop that layer flat down, and then your top layer you could either add, oh, that one's run out as well. I've got two that run out at the same time. You could either add dimensionals to the top layer, or you could put it on flat. So just make sure I've got my card the right way around, laying that down so it's got about 2.5 millimeters all the way around. And then this piece is going to go on top, and I'm just going to keep this one flat. And the real reason I'm doing that is because my dimensionals are packed in my bag for coffee and card. But you didn't hear that from me. There we go. There's our finished card, and obviously you could stamp the envelope as well to match either, well, I think just with this little line of flowers, but really sweet on the edge of the envelope. Okay. Okay, so that is the Garden Meadow stamp set. It's our stamp set of the week. Sorry, try and keep it out of the reflection. Let me just see if there's any other questions. Oh, Catherine's come up with an idea. Wheelbarrow would work well die cut. Oh yes, in front of a brick wall. Yeah, I like that idea. Oh, thanks Jeanette. Sorry, she's probably gone. Good morning, Caroline. And Fran put up her tree this weekend. Well done, everybody. So I do like the fact that you get the dies with this set, if you wish, the optional dies. And so, yes, you could easily use this die and die cut the wheelbarrow. And also you could put the wheelbarrow, it might be a bit too big, but in front of one of these scenery pieces from the designer series paper, couldn't you? So there we go. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. I look forward to catching up with you all really soon. I'll be at Coffee and Card this evening. I'm doing an event for a ladies group. Coffee and Card this afternoon. I've got a ladies group this evening. And let me see, we've got our tea and Christmas meal on Wednesday evening. So it's all go this week. So I will be back Thursday. Possibly before, because I've got some more ideas with this set that I can share with you, but if not, definitely on Thursday. So in the meantime, do take care, look after yourselves and your loved ones, and I hope you're able to keep crafting. Yes, so Brenda, this was the set for Class in a Box for November. If you chose the spring papers, that was what we use. So thank you so much, everyone. Do take care. Appreciate your company and your support. Have a great time. Look after yourselves. Bye for now.